Welcome back to Harmony in the Hustle. This is season 3, and things are about to change big time. I'm so glad you are here. I'm your host, Angela Vassallo, and I can't even believe we're in season 3 of Harmony in the Hustle. It's 2026. It's been a massive year already. It's the end of January, and we are shaking things up this year. So let me tell you all about it. Well, this season, the reason why we're making a few changes is I want to become more intentional, more strategic, and more aligned about the episodes that I bring for you and the guests that I bring to the table this year. So this isn't just a new season. This is a complete reset. This is stepping into the next chapter. So why the shift and why is it different this year? Well, many of you know that last year in 2025 was a big year. I stepped on the TEDx stage. I started my next chapter program. I started doing keynote speaking and so much evolved from that. And I met so many incredible women that were asking me how I was able to do what I did. And what I realized, there's a missing link between some things that you see on the internet or on Instagram or Facebook that you need to know. And I want to share a lot of these insights with you this year. I want you to understand, instead of seeing the highlight reels and the show reels where people are successful and women are doing great things, and you look at that and you think, oh, that's unattainable. I don't know if I could ever be as confident as that woman. I don't know if I could ever do what they're doing. I want to share with you from the beginning to where they are now. I want them to talk about all the stories that happened between all the setbacks, all the life lessons, all the underdog stories, all the times that they almost gave up, but they kept going. This is what this season is all about. This next chapter is about interviewing incredible, successful women who've all got very interesting, unique, different, dynamic stories, and they're going to share how they did it. How exciting is that? I don't know about you, but I'm always interested in hearing how somebody succeeded. I don't want to just see their success. Hey, look at me, I'm very successful. Brilliant, I love it. That's what everybody puts their best out there, the highlight reels. But what you need to understand is how you can get from A to B, how they did it. And that's what I'm going to be bringing to you in this season of Harmony in the Hustle, season 3. I've evolved. I know you guys have evolved as well. We all evolved. And now it's time to step into the highest version of ourselves. You know, we are in this new year. It's been the snake year. We've shed all the old identities. We've let go of a lot of stuff. And it's now we're stepping into the horse, the year of the horse. And what is that about? It's about momentum. It's about creating momentum. It's not about being stuck. It's not about holding back. It's not about, waiting. Okay, because the enemy to your success, let me tell you this, the enemy to your success, I can promise you this, is not laziness, it's not resources, it's not any of those things, it's not imposter syndrome. The enemy to your success is delay. Delay is the number one thing that holds people back. So everything I'm going to be sharing with you and all the advice you're going to hear and the stories that these women are going to share, I want you to implement it. I want you to take that advice on board and do something with it. Not just, oh, that was a nice story. That was great information. That sounds fabulous. I don't know if I can do that. What I want you to do with that is implement, and implement fast, because the universe loves speed. The more that you can move fast, the more momentum that you will create. Okay, the horse year, remember that. We want to create momentum and get things going. So my intention this year is to help you understand the things that you need to do to break it down into small chunks for you to learn to build the self-belief, the self-confidence, to step into that new identity and that highest version of yourself that you believe that you can do this, because you can. It really comes down to a decision. It's not anything, I don't have this, I don't have that. Everything you can learn. You can learn how to be a good keynote speaker. You can learn how to craft a good keynote. You can learn how to do a TEDx. You can learn how to run a podcast. You can learn how to start a business and be successful. You can learn all those things, but nothing will happen unless you implement, okay? And unless you learn to step up into that highest version of yourself. We're letting go of the old version and the old identity. So this is all about identity shifts, okay? Major identity shifts this year, letting go of the old version of you so you can step into the next. So alignment is the assignment this year. We are creating more alignment, figuring out what you want to do and how you're going to get there. the key of how you're going to get there. That's all the stuff that we're going to be sharing in the stories of what these women have done to get there as well. So if you're a woman in business, leadership, or life transitions, or if you're a woman who might be standing at those midlife crossroads like I was, and I was asking the question, what's next? You might be standing there too, saying, what's next? And then when you find out what's next, how do I get there? How do I get to that point? And you might even be focusing on like your reinvention, your next chapter. You want to be stepping into that next chapter with more power, more presence, and more authority. But you won't get any of that unless you understand how to get there and have the self-belief that something in you knows that you can get there. And thinking about the fact that this is attainable for you, because you're not your story. You want to own your story. You want to bring that to the table, and you want to be thinking to yourself this: you're not starting from your scratch. You are starting from your experience and your wisdom. So wherever you are right now, if you're in your 40s or 50s or 60s, you've already had a life. You've already had half of your life. So you have so much wisdom and experience, and you've survived this far. You've built resilience. You've been resourceful. You've had to learn how to navigate life. You might have been divorced. You've had the kids. You've had to get the kids through school. You've had to do all these things. Plus, let's layer down all the stress and drama and all of that comes with all of those things. Okay. Everybody has a story. Nobody avoids pain. Okay. There's pain in everything, but there's a difference between having pain in your life and suffering. And you don't want to be suffering. Okay, pain is unavoidable. Some things will be chapters in your life where they'll be more painful than others, but it's the suffering that you want to delete out of your life. You don't need to suffer. The pain will come and it will pass and it will go, and you'll work it out and you'll get through that. But the suffering is optional. So you don't want to be suffering. So everything that you're going through right now, your advantage, your edge, your story, it all becomes part of who you are. And the stories that we're going to be telling on Harmony in the Hustle season 3 are all of these. Like, what were the pain points? How did you get through that part? How did you break through what I like to call the metamorphosis, the cocoon stage? There's menopause, we go through, and it's that cocoon stage where it's uncomfortable, disorientating, and it feels like you're completely out of whack. But what you're going through in that cocoon stage, those lessons, if you learn from those lessons, what's going to happen is this will become the most powerful stage of your life. And you will break through that cocoon and you will come out and you'll learn to fly. But you got to get through it. And nobody can do it for you. You have to do it alone. We can help you. We can guide you. We can support you. We can give you the advice. But unless you do it, unless you take that step, unless you take that, you build that confidence in yourself, you'll never get there. So this is all about helping you now build that belief. And the way that you build that self-trust and that belief is if you stick to the promises that you make. So this is all going to be long after you made that decision in that moment. So we can all make amazing decisions and we can all make promises to ourselves when we're feeling excited, inspired, motivated. But if you can't do that promise and follow through on that promise after that motivation, inspiration, and all of that excitement is gone, you'll never get there. So you've got to be able to commit to something. And then when you do, what will happen is that you will realize that you are far stronger than you ever knew. And then you'll learn to trust yourself. That is how trust is built, by sticking to the promises that you make to yourself long after the feeling that you had when you made that decision. I hope that makes sense. Every decision, every promise that you make to yourself, stick to them. Make that your mantra this year. I stick to the decisions and the promises that I make to myself. Now, this season is all about stepping into the highest version of yourself, the most powerful version of yourself. I'm going to share with you these stories of incredible women, not so they can say, hey, look at me, I'm the successful one, I'm fabulous, I'm this and that, I'm earning the 6 figures and the 7 figures and that. Brilliant, great, that's where you want to get to. But it's how did they do that? And the back end of that story, the pivots, the setbacks, the fear, the self-doubt, everything that they went through, the imposter syndrome. See, nobody has it all figured out. And once I learned that, it took a lot of stress and relief off me, because I realized that it doesn't matter that I don't have all the answers, because guess what? They don't either. Nobody does. Everybody is figuring it out as they go. So take the pressure off yourself, okay? You're not behind. You're not late. You're right on time. As long as you keep taking a step further every single time and learning and growing and having the courage to do that. So These are the stories I want to share. These are the underdog stories. It's not about the perfect path that they took. It's about how they figured it out. It's about how they backed themselves and how they believed in themselves when others didn't. See, in life, you might come up with something that you want to do, and you might find around you that people aren't supporting you. They don't believe in what you're saying or what you're offering or what you're doing. But as long as you believe in you, that's all you need. Your dream and your goal is designed for you. That dream or goal came out of you. How can somebody else see it or believe in it? It's not their goal or their vision. It's not their dream. It's yours. So that alone is for you to hold on to, not anyone else's opinion. And let me tell you this, 2 of the things that will happen when you start to do this, and it happened to me, is if you can handle these 2 things, people will say, they may not say it to your face. They may say it behind your back, but this is what they'll think. Who does she think she is? And what is she doing now? Now, if you can handle those 2 things, you can handle anything. You can do this. You can turn up on social media. You can build your brand in your business. You can have your career. You can step into your next chapter with power, confidence, and clarity. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You're not interested in what they think. It's what you want to do. So that's what I want you to understand. If you can handle those 2 things, you're all good. You're sweet. And that, my friend, is life. Okay, we're all getting judged. You put yourself out there. It doesn't even if you don't even put yourself out there. You think you're not getting judged? You're getting judged anyway. There's people in your life that are judging you. So trust me on that. Who cares? This is about you. It's a bigger calling, a bigger success, a bigger everything. You don't need to worry about what other people are thinking. Let them run their own race. You have a bigger calling and you know what you want. And when people decide that they have a bigger calling and that they have a road that they want to go down, or they're going to follow somebody that they are inspired by and they decide to choose that path, you'll lose friends. You'll lose people that will say that whole thing. Who does she think she is and what is she doing now? You'll have people that judge you and won't be happy for you. That's okay. Doesn't matter. You focus on yourself, okay? So this year is about stepping into the highest version of yourself. It is about creating momentum. It's the year of the horse. It's about having more courage, more confidence. It's about showing up. It's about making sure that you stick to the promises that you make yourself. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are right on time. Okay. And I want you to understand that this is preparing you to step into your next chapter. So what listeners can expect this season is a lot more honest conversations, a lot more of this Angela. She's going to be pretty tough, but she's going to share with you the truth about it all. And she's going to have amazing, powerful guests on here. And the interviews are going to be really, really strategic and aligned. And I'm going to get the information that you guys need and that you've been asking me, because I know that's what you need for self-belief. So you can look at them and think, instead of thinking that's unattainable, think, oh gosh, she was there. She was where I was in the beginning. If she could do it, I could do it. That's what I want you to believe. Straight talk and lessons that you can apply immediately. Remember that whole implementation? That's the missing link. You got to make sure that you add that missing link in there. And I want to show you examples of what is possible for you. So if you are at those crossroads and you're not sure of where you want to go next and what you want to achieve, you want to do something on, you want to do something. You're not 100% sure what it is or how to get there or how to even articulate it. So that comes down to branding and positioning. So once you understand that, I'm going to help you get there as well. Once you can articulate what you want, that is why when you hear other people's stories, that's going to give you some clarity and some ideas and some inspiration of what could be possible for you. And it's never been a better time to step into this world, to step into your next chapter and to go for it. It's never been a better time. Okay, you have all the resources at your fingertips to do exactly what you want to do. So it's not about playing small anymore. It's not about worrying about what other people think. This is about you stepping into the highest version of yourself and trusting yourself. And if you don't have the trust in yourself yet, you build that trust by sticking to the commitments and the promises that you make to yourself. The more you do that, the more that you will learn to trust yourself. So welcome to season 3 of Harmony in the Hustle. It's going to be an awesome year and I can't wait to share all of this wisdom with you. And I can't wait to hear from you. Make sure you subscribe so that you can keep up to date with all the fabulous guests, because I don't want you missing a thing. So subscribe to Harmony in the Hustle season 3 and I can't wait to share it all with you. It's going to be an awesome year. And to your success, I can't wait to hear all your amazing stories, and I will speak to you soon. Have a fabulous week, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.